STL TV Live. I'm Sarah Bernard, and here with me are singer Kathryn Favazza and Emily Swobada, who's with the Epilepsy Foundation. And these two women have joined together to support a cause that's dear to both of you. So, Kathy, we've been talking in the last segment about your little girl who's 5. I called her 6, but we don't want to push it.
She's almost 6. She would say 5 3/4.
Okay, so there you go. 5 3/4, a little
She's
cute
a
one.
feisty one, too. I've met her.
So she has epilepsy, which you discovered when she was just a little baby,
yes.
under 1 year old. And so you reached out to Emily, we were talking about in just a few minutes ago, who is with the Epilepsy Foundation of Missouri and Kansas right here in St. Louis. And you said, I've got this great idea, I want to help. And Emily doesn't get those kinds of calls very often. You get the people that say, I need your help, right?
That is, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so Kathy called you with this offer to put on a concert because your roots, let's talk about your roots for just a minute in the music world.
Well, I studied opera singing in college and started pursuing a career in New York shortly thereafter, and got married and had my first daughter and continued to sing.
Moved here.
Got pregnant with my second daughter, who is Sophia, who has the epilepsy, and moved here.
So you left your very demanding career in opera and classical singing. You performed at Carnegie Hall. You're leaving out some details. I'm filling them in.
Thank you.
Because they're important. And then you came back here with your husband to St. Louis, where he's got St. Louis roots, and gave up singing for a while because your hands were full with this baby.
I mean, when you have someone that you need to take care of who has epilepsy, it's all-consuming all the time. Yeah. So, of course, that's where my priority was. And as Sophia started not needing my assistance as much, her seizures weaned, and now she's seizure-free and has been for over 2 years. I was able to start singing again and just pursuing a passion for myself. Yeah. And somehow I thought, let me get out and perform again. And then I thought maybe I can combine that with raising awareness for this disease. And that's when I decided to call the foundation, and I got lucky with Emily.
And Emily picked up the phone.
I picked up the phone.
So Emily, go ahead.
That's what I do with the foundation, is the events and development, and so thankfully we connected.
So did you have a fall event already planned or in the planning stages?
No, we don't have a fall event. We have a 5K that we do in the summer, and then, we cover Missouri. Our service area is Missouri and Kansas, as the name implies. And we have a 5K in Missouri, in St. Louis in the summertime, and then in Kansas City and Wichita now in November. And then we have a gala in the winter and in St. Louis and in Kansas City.
Okay, so Kathy added to your workload a little bit.
Yes, and then she called me when I was just in the throes of finishing up planning our 5K. So we had to kind of put it off a little bit.
Yeah, but you got your friends together, right?
Yeah, we didn't really get going until about the end of June or early July, I think.
Yeah, that's true.
But you're well on your way. We're just a couple weeks away. October 18th is the date at the Sheldon Concert Hall. Yes. Have you sung there before?
I have not, and I'm so excited because it's one of the best acoustics,
it is,
I think, in the world,
amazing
actually.
For you. You will love it, and you brought some friends from New York.
I'm bringing some incredible singers from New York, Sarah Murphy and John Toronto, who are professionals. Sarah's going to make her main stage Carnegie Hall debut this season. John will be at Lincoln Center later this season. And John, actually, when I called, turns out he has a connection with epilepsy. A dear friend of his had epilepsy. So it's going to be really exciting. And even if you're not an opera lover, we've taken just the best parts of some operas, and it's going to be a fantastic show.
Something for everyone.
Yes.
Yeah. So Emily, how does epilepsy affect us here in St. Louis? I mean, how many people have epilepsy?
We don't have numbers for St. Louis,
not specific numbers, but
in the U.S.
But it's children in general. We were talking about this before.
Well, in the U.S., there's more than 2 million people that have epilepsy, and there's 1 in 20 children that it affects, and 1 in 26 people will develop it at some point in their lifetime.
So it's something that all of us can
that's just
really...
a small bit of what...
Probably most people know someone who is affected by epilepsy. So
I've been amazed, actually, as I promote this concert, how many people have a connection. I mean, even a dear friend of mine, you know, her niece, someone else's husband. I've been amazed.
Yes.
I had no idea.
yeah, so it's a great opportunity for everyone to come out to the Sheldon and support their friends and family who are affected by epilepsy. So details are on your website.
Yes, they're
And-
also on Facebook and
MetroTix.com,
MetroTix.
thesheldon.org.
Okay, they're everywhere.
Yes, EFMK.org.
Okay. So great opportunity to hear some great opera in St. Louis at the Sheldon, which is a great place to hear it. Really, it's a great concert hall. For ticket information for an evening of opera, call 314-534-1111 or search epilepsy on MetroTix.com. And up next on STL TV Live is The Novel Neighbor. Stay with us.